It is said that wars are only won upon the anvil of honor.
Others believe victory requires strategy and a mastery of power.
War is deception. A game played best from the shadows.
Only strength and raw power can assure total dominance.
Welcome to another Lordaeron the Aftermath tutorial. Today it is the Troll Empire. Now I don't know much about trolls because I don't play them too often. However, I went to gameroyale.org to ask players who does play troll more often than I do to ask for some help, and I did get a couple of posts with some great information that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, and we're going to be trying to help you as best as you can. This tutorial will also this will be the start of all new tutorials. Everything will be done again. Scourge and Alliance what I've done before, since things have changed, and I don't think Lordaeron the Aftermath will change in a little while here, so no need to worry about that. Okay. Yes, we will go normal mode. So, I think the first thing is, players is gonna think, where do we start? So, oh wow, so I can actually trigger events, things, since I'm a single player, that is, but okay. So, your three starting locations is Jinthalo. I'm going to be starting to talk about this one, and I have to say, Jinthalo is the safest one. If you're new, you're completely new. Jinthalo is the safest location for you to start at and focusing there, since you know you're not alone. You have Horde, which has Raventusk village just south of you, which can support you, and he can support you, and so on. The next location is Frostmane Hold, which is south in the heart of the enemy almost. Like, you have the dwarves right at your gates. You have Horde to help you in south though. You have Dragonmaw as well, which is a terrible one. And if Alliance loses north, then they might come down, like Silverhand might come down here to help him out, which will be a pain in the butt for you. The last location is Sultan, which is also a little bit dangerous location as well. Sorry. You're a little bit alone here as well, since you have to deal with Blood Elves, you have to deal with Scourge, which will most likely end up going up north if they succeed against Silverhand. And, you know, Blood Elves, Silverhand Alliance, even if Scourge were to lose, Alliance would come for you. But Sultan is a great place to hold, and you do have your escape opportunities. So, the first post that I received was from Messias, who I've seen play trolls in a couple of replays, and the information he gave me is basically Sultan and Arctius are great heroes for Heroium. I mean, we have the Slow Poison, which basically also slows the unit, and of course True Shot Aura, which increases the ranged attack, and Windwalk, which basically lets you move faster and deal more damage when you break out of Windwalk. And Sultan also does have Windwalk, and he also have Endurance Aura, which makes him great to actually chase after heroes. If you choose Sultan as your starting location, then you should be able to think to yourself, can I defeat player red? If you think you can do that, then go Sultan. Then, you know, take your shot. I mean, holding here against Scourge, for example, is good. If you have some catapults in behind, you have a lot of towers here, you can use Sultan to your great potential. Now, Sultan himself in a close combat or in armies is not the best thing. I mean, he has Endurance Aura, which is going to be great for your armies and units. Summon units, yeah, you know, it's nice to summon a couple of extra units, and of course Windwalk to get out of tricky situations and so forth. Oh god, sorry about that. If you want to focus south, however, then you should ask your player if he knows how to play Horde, if he is familiar with the concept, and if he wants to focus south, because if he decides to suddenly, if you don't have any communication, and he starts to suddenly focus north, then you're pretty much lost here, because without a decent Horde player who wants to focus south, then you are lost. A tip that was received, I didn't remember who, I have a post open but it's so big, is that if you focus south, you instantly take your forces and help clear this village here in the middle and you construct another base here. So you will be with green, that is, so you can be ready for Dragon Maw and so forth. So if you want to focus south, make sure Horde knows what he does and that he's willing to communicate and, you know, stay south, of course. Jintalor, then we do have, of course, the middle. Oh shit, wrong place. Here we go. So, Jintalor, you of course want to take care of Area Peak first, because if Area Peak falls, Falstad will die forever if he's killed after that. And getting him out of the game is just great, because he can be a very annoying hero, and if Yellow gets him to level 10, that's gonna be a real pain in the butt, because his ultimate can give 30% I mean, to all units, damage that is, and I think some extra armor as well. So getting Falstad out of the way is a great thing. So in this scenario now, okay, we're focusing Jintalor. What do you want to do? Of course, get rid of Area Peak first, and then proceed to help Green if he uses a couple of his forces up here to get rid of Stromguard. I mean, just get rid of it. There's an extra control point. It's a less line space to deal with, and some extra gold and so forth. The hero, of course, you will be using here is Hex, and I'm actually going to read out what Nicola has written about Hex here. There isn't much to say about Hex. Hex is way better than your other heroes, to say at least, putting aside Malak. His healing wave is great, her summons are great, and Hex spell is basically the most broken hero aim tool ever. However, keep in mind that she... Is Hex a cast? She? I did not know, but I'm just gonna go for that. Keep in mind that she's a caster hero and is really easily aimed before you even get a chance to use Healing Wave. She also misses a Windwalk ability, but you should be able to keep her in backline. I did not know Hex was a she? I can be wrong here. But yeah, basically Healing Wave, you know, it's very good to heal up, let's see, your Demis. Hex is the most broken hero aim ability. You just, when you want to chase someone, hex them and get us around, or just keep hexing. And your Voodoo Spirits, I mean, they're nice, they're not bad. That's basically what Hex is about. Of course, what is this one? That's a new one. Awakens the regeneration, Prophecy of the Troll Blood within a large area. Healing friendly unit. That's Tranquility, okay? The last ability is Tranquility. So Hex is a good support hero to be using to heal up important units or heroes, and has the ability to summon our good old troll gods. Now I was just looking for this. This make your voodoo shield that stop the enemies from doing spells on your last 40 seconds, man. Oh god. I don't know if that's AoE, we're gonna find out. Warp 10. Let me see. So we're gonna go into... Well, where can I research Voodoo Mastery? I need to find out Voodoo Mastery. Can't I research it? What is this? Okay, apparently I cannot research it. Maybe it's not in yet. I might be ignoring something here very obvious. That's very strange. But anyway, you have the power to summon the... oh god, I was about to say gods, but animal gods. Oh, yes, it's god, but okay, the two very good heroes, okay? You have the Bird Avatar, Akilson, and Hakar the Soul Flayer, and of course, our good Nikolai has also written about them, so we're gonna go with Hakar first and see what he writes about him. The question here is, why chose him over Akilson? Well, first, he can walk on water, and as many Legion players showed us before, he can be abused really hard. He also has a ranged attack, allowing him to fight from the backlines, fight from the backlines, finally putting use to all melee damage items you might have. He is especially useful in a hero squad, and with enough heals and a solid frontline, he can destroy your opponent's dreams for victory. Choose damage. Mwahaha. That's kind of good. And Akilson is basically an AoE machine. Unlike Hakar, he has a melee attack, making him not as viable in combat as Hakar, but he has in replacement... His replacement are basically the most broken AoE spells in the game he has to offer. I mean, you can simply run in, cast tornadoes, and run away, and run back once it's CD and repeat. I recommend choosing your troll guards based on your playstyle and the opponent you have to face. So that is your choice what animal god you want to take. It depends on who you're fighting really as well, and your playstyle, as Nicola is telling us. Now let's go south again to Great Father and see what he has to offer us. Of course, we saw Windwalk, which is pretty handy to get out of tricky situations, and of course deal some extra damage and chase heroes potentially. Slow Poison basically deals damage over time, and what was that? No. And of course, slow the enemy's movement and attack speed, which is really handy. And True Shot Aura, which will benefit your ranged. Very good. Oh my god, my dog wants to get into my room again. Give me a moment. That dog is the most bastard ever, I have to say. And the last one is Lotus Swarm. Basically just Lotus Swarm, nothing more. So he's an okay hero, but I'm gonna read what our good friend here says about him. True Shot Aura guy, at least in his build, he just eats XP from your main hero, so just leave him with the Horde or let him sit at Crassworks for the entire game is actually not a bad thing. So just leave him there. I mean, if you want your other heroes to level up, then I don't recommend having him with you, because he's gonna eat all your XP. Okay, so that is what we have to say about him. Sultan, which also has the Jin Rock, the Great Apocalypse, which increases your attack and attack speed when clicked on, and it drops upon death, so be wary of that, okay? Now, Windwalk, as we talked about with Great Father, Endurance Aura, which increases all units around him and heroes, movement speed and extra attack speed. Oh god, sorry. Speed, which is a pretty handy one to have around your armies, and Amane Scouts, which basically summons units. And I think it's only troll brawlers, and they benefit from upgrades, and I think it's just more troll brawlers really. So in truth, I think you want to go with Endurance Aura and Windwalk as a safe bet. But we're also gonna say what he has to say about Sultan. Basically one of the worst designed heroes in the game. His ranged is poorly. If you don't constantly move him behind your units with Windwalk, he will die, and you can even blame anyone for aiming. He's just in the way in the front. He is squishy. His base damage is basically none for an agility hero. His ultimate requires him to stay still in the middle for the battle to be effective. But not all is bad about Sultan. He has a command aura. I think it's Endurance Aura means making even the most useless unit into a threat. I recommend skilling Windwalk at least twice. You'll probably need it, maxing Aura out first, and don't even bother skilling the Summon Warriors, and rather go for stats giving him at least some kind of survivability, so you don't simply get coiled to death, giving you a chance to react with healing waves and etc. He's gonna be your main hero, so take special care of him, and don't use your Quel'Thalas stones in early stages, and rather use them later for your Troll God or before getting Gun Drak. So that's what about Sultan. And the stones, of course, which we're gonna go into, we're probably gonna need some Troll High Priests, Warp 10. We're just gonna go for one of them. And at the moment I'm just gonna need a couple of units here. Wait. Oh, I typed wrong. Warp 10. Sorry. I should know my cheats, shouldn't I? Basically, we just have to deal with the Blood Earth forces that are right over there. And then we're just gonna move over with the High Priest as well, because they have the ability to shatter runestones, which are around in Quel'Thalas. There's 3 of them. There's one right here. There is one up here, and the last one is here. And the one is there, and the last one is on the Pokemon Herald Island there, okay? Now, where is our caster? Basically, you click the ability and click on the runestone, and he will start doing some channeling with some Hocus Pocus magic, voodoo magic, whatever. And it will just take a couple of seconds here, I think, not even a minute. I'm just gonna get Sultan here. And then one of them is destroyed, and that removes the abilities that the runestone has already for Blood Earth to use. And you can pick up a rune shard of Quel'Thalas, which basically gives a level. Now keep in mind these empowered High Priests, which will spawn after you use the thingy, the rune shard ability. Is that dog thinking about going out again? Because I'm gonna kill him. They are not revivable. I mean, your High Priests are revivable, but if he dies, he will not be empowered anymore, so keep that in mind. And what is the different, you can ask? Well, he has spell immunity now, which is a very good thing. And he has... Hold on. We're getting interrupted a lot today, aren't we? He has a summoned animal Loa, which is the most deadly thing you can imagine. They may not look so dangerous, but these balls have a squish damage or whatever, splash damage I mean, and they have frenzy, which they can kill armies on front line. Let's say you are standing here and defending, and let's say you have 4 empowered high priests, which means, you know, you're gonna get a lot of more animal low spirits. They will just destroy the front line, so getting them is not a bad idea. And of course, as he said himself, don't use it yet, unless you're going to, let's say, Gundrak, because Malak will be the level, spawn at the level of the hero you are or come with. So let's say Sultan is level 5 and I use 3 or 4 rune shards, then of course I'm level, did I say 5? And then I'm 9, which means Malak will spawn at level 9, okay? So that is basically why you have to deal with that. Now, I'm gonna read the text about the army here for us, because the troll army is the weakest in the game at the moment. They have some good casters, but we're gonna go into it. Trolls have by far one of the worst armies in the game. What you get what you get instead is a really powerful hero squad that can be very deadly. For upgrades, focus mainly on those how benefit your spellcasters and elites, and maybe 1 or 2 defense upgrades. Upgrading casters to master. This casters will do great against mostly everything the undead has to over. There's some spelling mistakes there. Especially the healing wards can be a really great job of keeping your army alive. The only problem is here that troll are missing any summon except Quel'Thala's beasts, which can only be summoned by empowered troll priests. Keep them alive, you won't get new ones, as we went through. Your casts with healing ward, etc. Do a really great job against everything the other army has to offer, at least at choke points. Those healing wards can heal away even the most deadliest AoEs when given a chance. You can ensure by constant spamming. Trolls are in general very micro intense. The only unit trolls have a real problem fighting against are spellbreakers, since your melee units are just bad and upgrading them is either costing too much money or not worth it. The way to counter them is basically with your heroes, raptor riders. Even when they aren't good with the healing mods, they can be decent meat shield. Empowered priest and troll berserkers. Troll berserkers are basically being one of the greater troll units. Gundrak units. Gundrak are basically the solution for all your problems, since you now receive the best frontline units in the world, which is the Mammoth Riders. They are enormous HP and a great damage output, thanks to Cleave. Makes excellent targets for healing wave and healing wards, and making them the perfect frontline unit trolls can imagine. Besides, you're also gonna get excellent new caster units for units and frost brawlers, finally replacing your unbelievably bad normal brawlers. Too bad none of this is gonna make long, since aim track can be killed by basically everything. It's awful precision, and trolls miss efficient air defense. Even when bat riders aren't bad, they aren't great either. So that's the army. So of course, as he said, get the oh god, I have a lot of gold. I didn't realize the caster upgrades good. Even increase their health. I mean, that's what you want to do. You troll the berserker upgrade, get the lighted spear, which increases the range, get the spears, resistant skin. Does that work on these as well? I'm gonna check. No, they don't. Oh, wrong barracks there. And the troll regeneration. I mean, they're all just good. I don't have enough lumber. What is this? Greed is good. 9. There we go. So yeah, get berserkers, and let's see. The Witch Doctors and Shadow Priest. Now, of course, you have Shadow Curse, which basically reduces the enemy's armor, which is pretty nice. Brew Potion, they can brew potions for you. So, click on this hero. Oh, I get a healing potion. So, they can do that for you. And Mana Watch will basically supply your army and your allies' army with mana. Okay? So, it's pretty nice to have. Your casters and your rangers are the best thing. And if you should decide to keep archers with you, get the True Shot Aura up, okay? That is very nice to have. We haven't really gone through elites, but of course, as we know, they have healing waves that work very good with Hex. They have Serpent Ward, which is pretty good, and Wrath of a Cow, which is basically a Fort Lightning, I think it is, or Chain Lightning, can't remember. So it's pretty good to use as well. And imagine if you have the mana wards as well, so you know you can get that mana. That dog, I'm gonna kill him. Silent Thongs, which is basically silence on all of your casters. It's not the greatest range, no, not range, but area you can select, but 4 of them is pretty good, okay? So getting the Silent Thongs is good, and you should be able to do it on your main buildings, but apparently I can't. One of the tips as well was you should have the building Jitalor keybind to something so you can quickly just, you know, sacrifice something to Troll Gods, which is 10, and use Troll Workers, since, you know, they're cheap and they just, you know, you don't need to sacrifice units you could potentially use in combat. Okay? Is there anything more important I need to tell you? Oh, Blood has failed to find an alternative source. That's a shame, isn't it? So yeah, if you fight together with Horde, you have to, your casters is going to be great when you're fighting with Horde, because they are mostly the meat shield with Frost Riders, Grunts, and, oh god, Clan Brutes. Yeah, that is what it was. Give me a moment. You see, the habit with my dog, he doesn't stop clawing on the door until he gets in. I do apologize for that. Now, what I was gonna say is, if you go to, oh god, here, bring any hero up here to Suldrak, then you will receive the entire area as a new base. And as I said, this can be Aimdrak can be aimed pretty easily. It can be aimed with ships here. So if you do want to protect it, make a harbor and use some ships here. The other one is pretty close, so be careful. Now, the only reasons you would want to go up there is either you're losing all your bases, you're going to Northrend to actually, you know, attack Scourge or something with your allies and seek and research Warzone Hold, or, you know, you just tied up, your ally is bad and you want to go alone. Then you declare war on the Animal Gods with Frost King Malak. And Malak, you should get up the Frost Nova. Let me see, just Frost Nova ability, which is pretty handy, deals a lot of damage. You have the same Voodoo Spirit ability as Hex, and you have a Blink, which is pretty nice to, you know, get it out of combat with. And he has a Blizzard as an ultimate. And of course, your ability changes as, oh my god, when you get empowered, of course, you still have the Blizzard as ultimate, I think. Now, that is all for trolls I can give you, because frankly, I don't know too much. If you go south, you help or Horde, you stick with them. If you stay in the middle, take care of this immediately. Build catapults to, you know, get rid of it. Get the Burning Oil ability. Get caster upgrades. Focus the magic attack. Piercing. Oh, is that what it's called now? Troll Reflex, you should get that over saying, here we got the Voodoo Mastery.
Research complete.
Let's find out what this is. Yeah, it's basically an anti-magic shell just on him, okay? That is all it does.
Where you want me go?
And you can get Voodoo Bombs on your Berserkers when you get the Voodoo Mastery, okay? I did not know that actually, myself. But yeah, Gentalor, you focus on area peak and then Stromguard, and you move on to the enemy which is needed to, or wherever Horde wants to, if you want to work together with him. North, you know, if you think you can defeat Blood Elves, then you do that. But each location you stay at, you should probably transfer your forces from your other side. I mean, if you focus on Le Mans, take the forces here and, you know, get up there. Be careful if you go in boats, because, oh god, Alliance has ships there. And if you go south with everything, then I would recommend landing here. So be careful when you pass by Dragon Maul's place. Or even send your army there to attack, so Dragon Maul is going to be, you know, distracted. So you can push and take more land. Now, that's all I have to give you with trolls. That's all my knowledge with them. That's the knowledge I've been given. I thank you so much, Nicholas and Messias, for giving me tips. There was more orders, but those are the names that I remembered now with the text and the text I have up as now. So, thank you so much for watching for this, and I hope this LTA tutorial was useful for you in any way. I hope with the trolls. I am not a fan of trolls myself. Their army is not good. Their casters can be very good. Their hero squads can be deadly. So that's the only thing with them. Now, until next time, guys. Bye bye.